start off with how great is it to watch your team? A lot of teams have to try to force their players to play hard defensively. Your team seems to do that every night.
Yeah. Lately, we have. We're trying to get into a rhythm like every team right now. I'm proud of our team for, finding a way to win this game. We knew it was going to be a tough game. Both teams played Thursday night, so we came out with a lot of energy, and then Brisbane came back and had us on the ropes. And in the second half, we kind of found a real rhythm and were able to kind of extend the lead. So really proud of the collective effort from the guys because these back-to-backs are not easy games to play in.
Were the 26 O boards the stats you were most impressed with tonight?
Yeah, that's one of them. Also, the forced turnovers in the first half. I think we forced 10. I think we had 17 overall. We forced 17. But just the collective fight to find a way is the most important thing. But, second chance points as always. Those are backbreakers in the game. So really happy with that second chance effort from the guys.
And what are some things you really liked from the team over the last two wins? Like tonight, you started strong, let Brisbane back in the game, but then you finished just ridiculously in the second half. What are some things you're really liking over the last two games?
I think just the attention to detail on our scout and trying to make guys do what we want them to do, not letting them do what they want to do, and just going out there and making sure we're playing to our identity, and that starts on defense and making our defense turn into offense. So
you mentioned the scouting report. Obviously, Casey Prather would have been one of those men to keep an eye on. You kept him to a pretty inefficient night, and just as a whole, you forced the turnovers. You boxed out extremely well. You got the second chance points. What's it like, being in a team that can really knuckle down on those things and come out on top like that?
I think it's quite fun, honestly, to get after with all those guys and knowing that all of them are on the same goal as you are is in terms of just sitting down on defense and doing our job on that end first and knowing that'll help the offense later on.
It felt at times tonight that the ref was against you. I won't ask you to say anything on that front, but there was calls that could have gone either way. There was calls that went Brisbane's way, but you guys fought through that and you didn't let it sort of dictate the scoreboard. You just got to business, and mate, that showed plenty of resilience. What can you say on that front as far as the mindset?
I think it's just doing it for each other on the court and the guys on the bench keeping the energy up so that when we go out there, we know who's with us, and obviously we're not here to play against the refs. We're playing the other team and go out there and do our job.
Thank you, mate. Yeah. Coach, Sobes obviously used to play here in Brizzy, but he fired here tonight. Did you hear anything from him pre-game on him wanting to, attack more than he usually does, or is it, you think, same old stuff with Sobes? Like he can just fire and let it really rip?
Yeah, that's a question for Sobes. Probably he would have to answer that. I'm sure he wanted to play well here, but I think if you guys have seen lately, and quite frankly, since I've been the coach here, he's been pretty spot on night in and night out, and I didn't hear him say he wants to get more buckets because he's playing Brisbane. I think he just wants to win the game and help his team as best as possible to win whoever the next opponent is.
Cool. I don't think Chris can hear us online.
Hunter, I'll ask you while we wait. As a player, when you see your teammate have to leave the game, John Brown, does that give you more motivation to go even harder and get it done for him?
Yeah, especially with it being John Brown. Obviously, he sets the tone on defense, and everybody in the league knows that. And so for us, we all know we got to step up because he's a big presence on the defensive end, and so we got to go out there and make sure we do our jobs even more now.
Chris, can you hear us?
Yes, I can now. Have you got me, guys?
Yeah, we can hear you. Maybe he can't hear us.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Sorry, can you hear me, Josh?
Loud and clear.
Okay, good. I can't hear you, but I'll ask anyway. Sorry if I'm repeating anything, but if you want to be a team known for your defensive pressure, for your offensive rebounding, for your energy and your hustle, tonight was a great example of all of that, wasn't it?
Yeah, I think we put it all together. I mean, there's still things that we have to be better at. We have to be more disciplined than at certain parts of the game. Like we got off to a great start. I think it was 14-1, and then we knew they would. They have pride. They're a good team, and they come storming back. And we talked about that at the halftime. being more direct and especially on the defensive side of the ball. And I was really proud of that part. And once we kind of were able to turn them over a little bit and wear them down, again, they're down guys too. They're going to be really good once they get their guys back, but we knew they had some guys out, and we had to take advantage of that, especially in the second half, both teams coming off of, again, back-to-back games.
And apologies if you've been asked this already as well, but really good signs from the Wes as well, and some of the defensive positions that he had were encouraging. He plays almost double the amount of minutes from the other night, and he looks like he's going to fit in really well.
Yeah, Wes was really good coming off the bench. Hunter, just talked about that. Guys being ready to come off the bench. Wes hasn't had a lot of practice time with us, so there's still stuff he's got to learn, and he's kind of learning on the fly. But a lot of times, if you just play with a tenacity and hustle that he played with, like all the guys played with, you can combat some errors and mistakes, and we were able to do that, and he was able to do that tonight.
And Hunter, just one for you. I mean, how happy are you with how you're fitting into this group now, and also the style of play where you get up and at it defensively, you want to be known as a defensive team, but then you've got that freedom to actually push the pace offensively. How much are you enjoying the style of play that this team is playing?
I'm enjoying it quite a bit, and obviously the guys make it way easier. Coach makes it way easier because obviously asking to pick up 94 feet, it's tough, but doing it and then being able to come down on the other end and play with all the guys, play with freedom, and make sure you go out there and get those guys good looks. I think we had a lot of assists today, so it was good, and it's a lot of fun on my end.
And Josh, I still can't hear you, sorry. So can you nod or shake your head if you've been asked about John Brown's ejection yet? You haven't? It felt like there were two very quick whistles that he copped, and we are seeing it right across the league. You've even copped one yourself. And we saw what happened to Gorge last week. I mean, what was your take on what happened with John, first of all, and in the bigger picture, are the whistles just coming too quickly?
I'll answer I don't. Maybe he did. From my view, he didn't deserve to get thrown out of the game. I wasn't actually told what he said or did. I know he got a tech for slapping the ball, and then I believe he was guarding Casey up the floor, and then I don't know if he said something, but from my view, I did not think he deserved to get thrown out of the game. But again, maybe he said something. I wasn't told why he was thrown out of the game. So, yeah, I guess maybe I'll get some clarification at some point.
And just one last one from me. You've got 8 days now until you play again, and it's probably a good time. You're playing well, but you also have a full week now to work on some things as a group and to fully integrate Wes into the lineup too.
Yeah, we've came off a stretch where we played 5 games in 13 days. We won 4 of them, so that means there's improvement to do because we didn't win all 5. We are playing pretty well, but it's still early in the year, and there's a lot of improvement that we have to make if we want to be the best version of ourselves. So we'll take the time to rest a little bit, but we have a lot of work to do before we play Perth, I believe, next Sunday.
Thanks, guys.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you. Appreciate it.